Happy lunch hour, guys. All right, still Friday, but as usual, it's Friday, so all over the place. So by now, you've probably seen the news that there was a rocket strike that hit a train station in Kramatorsk in the Donbass region in Ukraine. Okay, of course, the Russians are denying it, and everybody is saying, obviously a Russian attack. Okay, and so this is part of the disputed territory in the Donetsk region. This is what starts to bother me about all this. I mean, obviously 50 people killed, including women and children, hundreds of people injured. Yeah, that bothers me. All right. But this is what we need to be concerned about. In response to this, the Ukrainian government has come out and said, well, let's put it this way, not said, demanded that the U.S. provide more weaponry to Ukraine. All right? Not asked, not offered to buy, not begged, demanded. Okay? The comment that comes out of Ukraine, and I just want to read this quote to you here. Okay? Either you help us now, and I'm speaking about days, not weeks, or your help will come too late. Okay? What kind of help is Ukraine asking for? They want the United States to send them 500 javelins and 500 stingers a day. Okay? Now, just to give you some idea here, a javelin, the cost of one is nearly $250,000 a piece. Okay? A stinger, the cost of one, is about $120,000 a piece. Now, reusable systems, everything, but you are talking about them demanding, again, not asking for. Figure there's going to be some reuse of some of the launch systems, so you just have to buy the missiles or whatever. But they're asking for somewhere around $150 million worth of missile systems a day. Annualize that out, guys. That's 54 billion 300 about 54 billion 500 million dollars. Okay? Hey, money grows on trees in the United States, right? Don't you? Y'all know that. You got a couple of those out in the backyard, right? You just keep growing, just, hey, whatever. Okay? Demand. We just need to give that to them. Now, I want you to look at it this way. For 20 years, the United States pissed away money and lives in Afghanistan. Okay? To the tune of about $300 million a day. So what Ukraine wants, what Ukraine is, again, demanding, is half the money we spent, troops, tanks, everything in Afghanistan, to give them in the way of missile systems every day. The United States spent $300 million a day for 20 years in Afghanistan. What did we get out of that? Oh, we got 2,500 soldiers dead. We got 4,000 U.S. civilian contractors dead. We got 20,000 wounded soldiers and contractors back. That their medical costs will cost us, at today's dollars, God forbid what we want to talk about, inflation over the course of the next 30, 40, 50 years, $300 billion a year, to pay their medical. They're going to fight for a worthless cause. Okay. Where's this money come from? Next Friday is tax day. Next Friday's April 15th. Okay. I think we have till Monday to pay taxes. Demanding. We are supposed to just give up $150 million a day to go defend Ukraine. All right. Now, let's talk about something here. Let's talk about what's going on in the world. Something we all talk about all the time. Food. I want to give you this. In 2020, the last years that we have the accurate figures for, the United States spent $79.2 billion on food stamps to feed people that were American citizens, first off, primarily, or at least living in the United States. Let's go that way. To feed people who didn't have the ability to buy food on their own. $79.2 billion. But we're supposed to give Ukraine, again, who is not an ally, who is not a NATO member, who is not even a member of the EU, who up until 30 years ago was part of the Soviet Union, okay? We're supposed to give them an annualized $54 billion worth of weaponry. Has there ever been a conversation on what they're going to do for us? No. Okay? Where's this money coming from? It ain't coming from, on April 15th from taxes. This is going to be borrowed. So you and I get to pay for it. Our kids, our grandkids get to pay for it. We pay $500 million in interest so far on the Afghanistan war. What are we going to do? The same in Ukraine? What are the Ukrainians doing? Okay, the latest one coming out of Ukraine, they are going to nationalize any Russian-owned property in Ukraine to use it to help offset the cost of what Russia did. Sure, fine. You know what? Penalize the Russians? That's fine. Why are we getting penalized? Where is it our responsibility to pay them, okay? To give them this. You want to buy it, buy it. That's fine. Give it, screw you. $54 billion is a lot of freaking money, okay? Obviously, I don't have to tell you, even for a government, that's a lot of money. You know, we have all these budget disasters and everything like that. Oh my God, they're spending all this money on toilets or on hammers or whatever it is. But hey, we'll go ahead and piss away $54 billion to give to them. No problem. Remember, we're talking one of the most corrupt countries in the world, okay? Why? Really? 500 anti-aircraft and 500 anti-tank missiles a day. Is this Independence Day? I mean, the movie? What are the Russians attacking with that you need to shoot at 500 planes a day? I mean, these things are pretty accurate, guys. They're not coming in with that much. All right. Then you have them asking for tanks and armored vehicles and weaponry and ammunition and everything like that. I'm sorry. No. You figure out how to do it. What have you been doing for the last 30 years? Let alone, what have you been doing for the last 8 since Russia went into Crimea? It's not like this came as a surprise to anybody. I don't need to be paying for it. I would much rather my dollar bills that go out in my taxes every year pay for school lunch programs, veterans that are homeless, okay? Kids to get a real education, not an indoctrination. When is it going to be time that we finally say, we as a country, finally say to the rest of the world, you're on your own. We got enough problems at home. My tax dollars and your tax dollars sure as hell don't need to be paying for some border that makes no difference to you or me. It's wonderful. Let Europe handle it. Let the Middle East handle it. It's in their backyard. Why is it always the Americans that are expected to pay for everything? We can't afford it. That's it. Our dollars need to be spent here on us. The world is going to hell around us. Electricity's more expensive, housing's more expensive, gas is more expensive, food's more expensive. And what are we doing? We're printing money to give to somebody else. Why? Because, hey, it'll make the defense contractors more money and they can kick back more money into my reelection campaign. Screw that. It's time this country puts America first. Okay? All of us. If the politicians don't want to do it, it's up to you and me to do it. Washington can kiss my ass. Pinball out.